and clear out the vision as well as around the Baron pit.
They have a mountain this time.
They do. They could very well go for this. The Scuttle Crab's there. Maybe they try to bait it Pawn.
Oh,
yeah,
that was a
very
sick bait.
cheeky.
That is a sick bait.
Trying to make him think, but there's the Scrying Orb comes through. And
I mean,
now,
they get a Scrying Orb. That's still something, right?
Yeah, they burn out the cooldown. It's very cheeky by Pawn. Red carpet thrown out for Peanut, getting burned away at. Down to just about half HP. The Leandri's doing so much work. Meanwhile, Smeb juking away from the dredge line. Hootie connects onto the wall. Now Pawn goes down onto Bang. Death Mark's there, and he gets taken out. Kill coming through for the Zed. A lot of poke eliminated for the side of SK Telecom. They're going to go ahead and work their way right back over to this Baron where they will start it up.
And you see in that fight why it was so important that they took the early objectives, because Orianna is never grouped with a front line in front of her to put the ball, to cancel out the death mark. Faker has been out of position because it's very hard to have position, and we hear an ultimate pop and we see a turn.
Yeah, dredge line coming through. Big
equalizer!
Big shockwave comes through. Faker just absolutely devastates the ranks of KT Roaster. A triple kill for him. Pawn trying to get out with his life, but it just doesn't look very likely. And good God, off the backside of the Baron, SKT blow the game wide open. Hootie, he lands the dredge line. Pawn dead to rights will go down. That's an ace for SK Telecom T1.
That right there is the 4,000 ELO shockwave. That is why Faker is the ultimate game breaker. They cancel out the Baron.
Oh, look at the quest, look at the move. Faker, what was that? Faker with a huge play, the QSS. I can't believe I just saw that.
Not going to connect onto anybody, but now Pawn going to be the target. Wolf coming up. Going to be looking for that Mantra Q to try to slow up multiple members. Could get a really big hit onto Mata and Pawn. Realm Warping coming through. He'll get placed right in range to get on top of Pawn. Flashes away to try to keep himself alive. Mata still trying to sprint his way out. Big equalizer thrown down by Smeb, but everybody's in. And that's going to be first blood going over to Pawn. Comes up with a kill onto Faker, and they fire back with another one, taking out Wolf. That looks...
Now they do explosive damage. If you pick the right fight, if you get some picks, it doesn't matter. You can still win. Speaking of picks.
Play comes down, Box not going to connect on the Bang. He's still finding kite back. Wolf, however, gets snatched up, dragged in, scores on the way. Could just be another kill coming through. Mata just fearlessly tanking up in the front line, but it costs him his life. They are able to answer one onto Wolf as he goes low, but that is just going to be a turnaround onto Score. Collateral teams. Oh, the Faker really far forward. That shock blast comes through, gets a lot of damage, and he throws in the Rune Prison, but here comes Score. Cocoon connects. That's going to be Faker going down. Nice wraparound by Score to come up with the kill.
KT out of position for this.
Bang takes a big chunk of damage. Hook comes through. Vada goes in, drops the box, but he's just getting annihilated. Last turret shot doesn't connect, so he makes it out with his life, but barely so. But Hoonie comes in the backside with the TP, jumps in onto Depth. Hook not going to connect. Now Hoonie getting chunked out, still not tanking enough.
Equalizer up.
Will be blocked by Peanut, but
there
he made with that one. With his life, looks like the answer is going to be yes. Smeb drops the equalizer, goes in with the Zonias, comes out, should make it out alive. Pawn taking up a couple of these turret shots, will be able to exit around back into the jungle, and Deft can finish off the tier 2.
KT to be somewhere. This is definitely...
Oh, looking for Peanut. Shock Blast connects. Ace in the hole comes through, and he just gets popped. For that, the attention is going to be turn 2, at least for the moment. Realm Warp coming in. They want Smab. Just have a Zonia throws down the equalizer. Dredgeline comes through. Flame Spitter coming out. Send out that Dark Passage, trying to make
Faker.
safety, but now Mata comes in. Nice Sonias from Faker to dodge out on that death sentence. Mata gets locked up by the tether from Wolf, and he goes down. The first one that died. Dredgeline in on the depth. He falls low, pops the heal to keep himself alive. He's in the hole, directed onto Peanut, but there's just no way to get through Hoonie. That's just going to be a nice pick coming through for SK Telecom as they take out Mata and lose nobody for it. Big wave pushing into that bottom side of the map. Banner of Command is there as well to really assist with the pings are coming through. They identify this, but now Wolf gets caught out in the jungle. He goes down as Smeb claims the kill. Nice pick for KT Rolster, but look at the top.
You see that in the mid lane, mini wave being proxied as Pawn tries to set it up. I want to bring in as many mini waves as possible. That's going to go for a kill.
Straight in on a Faker. Redemption comes down from both sides. Score lands the Cocoon. Faker gets popped right back up in the last second. One more shot from Pawn will do it. Does he flash forward? Yes, he does. Comes up with the kill. Equalizer thrown down. Gets a little bit of damage off of Hoonie's life bar. He flashes in. Helps get the kill onto Mata. And they come up huge as Bang just starts firing away Mystic Shot after Mystic Shot into the faces of KT Rolster. Taking out 3-4 members now. As Smeb goes down, Score, the last one alive. Easily argued the best Ezreal in the world. Def might have something to say about that. Could see that come through from him, but in the meantime, Hootie's just going to get jumped on. Does have a Guardian Angel
not that much
available.
damage here.
Going to try to buy as much time as possible. throws out the dredge line, gets interrupted yet again by the death sentence from Mata, and 4 members of KT surrounding your dying body. He will in fact go down, but SKT, they're just gonna punish this. A master themselves, Pawn gonna get jumped on, Realm Warp comes through, he flashes away in time to get away from that rune prison, however. Now big flash down for him, Mata getting hooked up by the dredge line, he's just gonna get popped immediately as Huni comes up with a kill, might just pay for this one with his life. He's had that Guardian Angel available, but he's able to walk out. Faker pushing forward into the base, looking for depth. Big shot comes through, over 900 damage connects onto him, and Pawn goes down as Peanut picks up the kill. Smeb, stuck with the Zonias, is able to flash and zip his way out with the scrap shield. But it just looks like this is going to be it for KT Rolster. The Super Creeps getting ready to be coming down through that bottom lane as they knock out the inhibitor. SK Telecom, do they just stick around and go for the finish? Looks like the answer is going to be yes. Nexus turret number 1 goes down. Number 2 to follow very swiftly. Score gets jumped on, gets popped, as Faker comes up with yet another kill. They get rid of Smeb. This should be the ace. The dredge line onto Deptas connect, and SK Telecom take out KT Rolster in game number 1.
Now let's talk about Pawn on the Zed, because 19th game of the season, first time he's on a melee champion. This is a nice wraparound from Score,
yeah,
though.
Score coming in right on the backside of Faker, has that red buff to slow him up. They're going to dash through. Faker just have the flash, but Score is going to cut him off. Pawn getting exhausted now. Score just going to go ahead and flash in. That's going to be the kill. First blood going over to Pawn on Zed. And that's going to be a great way to kickstart the Ninja.
It's so different from his usual.
Now.
Gets more and more comfortable.
Well, Faker out of mana, throws the shield on himself, does not have flash. They cut him off at the end of the line. Smeb wraps around from the backside. Last melee hit comes up with the kill. 2 on the board for KT.
A nice roam from Smeb. Pushing in top lane, sure. His jungler couldn't invade with him, but he just makes the casual roam down to mid. He's able to get around, but you have to imagine the top turret's not long for the world.
This control ward didn't get cleared out in the brush, so he had some idea that Pawn had retreated back. Speaking of Pawn, goes in on a Faker. The shockwave does connect. He has a death mark coming through. Doesn't do nearly as much damage as you would expect yet.
But the
Ash arrow comes out. Faker still gets clipped. Flash forward from Wolf with the ebb and flow. Comes up with the heal to keep Faker alive, at least for now. Smeb comes into the backside, has the flame spitter, helps take him out as Pawn. Claims the killing blow, and a second one goes over to KT Rolster, taking out Peanut. Nicely done by KT.
Certainly not going to be enough. He's going to walk up and try again. There's no support yet, although we can see Nami is going to walk up.
Could just kill Wolf. He's going to go ahead, jumps in, doesn't even use the death mark, might still have the kill, has to use it right at the last second. Does get it, they're waiting for him to snap back, they're ready for this one. Peanut's got the bush hop, so the flash won't take Pawn far enough away to keep him alive, so he does go down.
Yeah. But that itemization doesn't exist. Now he needs Wolf, exhaust, everything he can get. Speaking of Wolf.
Yep. Electro harpoons with the overheat, doing quite a bit of damage. Score comes up with a kill collateral yet again, finding its mark. And now KT going to be looking to force up the first inner turn of the game. True Shot Barrage does come through.
Very difficult to DPS down Nodalus. Ninja Tabi does so much work. Triple Ninja Tabi.
Mata flashes away from the dredge line and away from Peanut simultaneously. Still gets popped up by that depth charge. Looks like he might go down. No, the shield comes in. Heal as well from depth, keeping him alive over the wall. Smeb gets jumped on, throws down the equalizer straight into the zone. Is it enough to keep him alive? Yes, it is. The Ash Arrow comes out, locks up Wolf. He's going to go down. 3 members of SK Telecom just get ripped right off of Summoner's Rift by KT Rolster. And they are just going to be more than happy to get those kills. Maintain this map presence. Very well could net themselves for that. Faker just trying to spend his time getting some damage in onto the turret. Score goes low, throws out the collateral damage. Bang has the flash away, but Death follows through with his own. Red carpet laid out by Smeb, comes up with the killing blow.
Nodalus just cancels teleport. Another teleport that does not leave.
And clear out the vision as well as around the Baron Pit.
They have a mountain this time.
They do. They could very well go for this. The Scuttle Crab's there. Maybe they try to bait it Pawn.
Oh,
yeah,
that was a
very
sick bait.
Cheeky.
That is a sick bait.
Trying to make him think, but there's the Scrying Orb comes through. And
I mean, they get a Scrying Orb. That's still something, right?
Yeah, they burn out the cooldown. It's very cheeky by Pawn. Red carpet thrown out for Peanut, getting burned away at. Down to just about half HP. The Leandri's doing so much work. Meanwhile, Smeb juking away from the dredge line. Huni connects onto the wall. Now Pawn goes down onto Bang. Death marks there, and he gets taken out. Kill coming through for the Zed. A lot of poke eliminated for the side of SK Telecom. They're going to go ahead and work their way right back over to this Baron where they will start it up.
And you see in that fight why it was so important that they took the early objectives, because Orianna is never grouped with a front line in front of her to put the ball, to cancel out the death mark. Faker has been out of position because It's very hard to have position, and we hear an ultimate pop, and we see a turn.
Yeah, Dredgeline coming through.
Big equalizer!
Big shockwave comes through. Faker
Holy!
just absolutely devastates the ranks of KT Roaster. A triple kill for him. Pawn trying to get out with his life, but it just doesn't look very likely. And good God, off the backside of the Baron, SKT blow the game wide open. Hootie, he lands the Dredgeline. Pawn dead to rights will go down. That's an ace for SK Telecom T1.
That right there is the 4,000 ELO shockwave. That is why Faker is the ultimate game breaker. They cancel out the Baron.
If that doesn't, I don't know what else will. We'll see if a teleport can have some effect. Huni comes in from the sidelines, gets the Dredgeline in on to score. He quick draws in just for the reload, not even trying to get over the wall. Def gets popped up yet again, has to flash over towards the tier 2. Another firing back. Huni gets locked down. The redemption heal comes through, but it's not enough to save his life. Smeb gets the killing blow. Meanwhile, Pawn splitting onto that inner turret in the top lane.
KT not going to group up again. They realize their mistake. Marta's calmed them down. Split push continues. Now you just keep
Might be a little bit too risky. Is now Score getting jumped on by Bang, trying to make it out with his life. Pawn coming in to try to back him up. He will die, but Pawn goes in. Deathmark comes down. Can they save his life? He jumps to the back line with the arcane shift. The Deathmark will not kill him. Shockwave connects. Smab very nicely timed Zonius to keep himself alive, but the bullet comes through. Faker, can he follow up with yet another kill? There it is. The auto attack is enough to take out the Rumble. 2 members dead. Pawn effectively out of the fight. SKT successfully defend their base. No inhibitors lost.
Yeah, KT tried to once again puck multiple members to much more difficult to get that same value. No setup CC this time. Now, if they come through a choke, you'll see what happens. They turn on to Baron.
I mean, they turn on to Baron. Mata gets caught by that shockwave. They go straight into the zone. He has Peanut getting rooted down. Pawn comes over the wall looking for a kill. Can he find it? Dashes onto Peanut with a Deathmark in the back line. Looks like he might just get the pop. Heal comes through, but it's just not going to be enough to keep him alive. Redline connects onto Pawn. Meanwhile, Faker goes down as Smeb burns right through him. Pawn taking the blast cone for a ride. Will be able to make it out with his life. It's a 2-for-1 pickup in favor of KT. Bang still sort of chasing.
Map, but Faker's still dead, so they're trying the Baron.
He's dead for 5 seconds. Won't be able to join in with this one. Redemption coming down to keep KT healthy. When he comes forward, the Baron goes down, goes over to Score. Can they make it out with a buff this time around? We're going to find out. Smeb goes into the zone. He is with a Flame Spitter up. We'll get a whole lot of damage done to Huni, but now he's just all on his lonesome, stuck on an island with KT Rollster.
Equalizer back up.
And they cannibalize him. Peanut trying to make it out of here. Dashes in, but he just pays for it with his life. Depth picks up the kill. 2 more members dead on the side of SK Telecom, and this time KT walks away with all 5 buffs. And Neil comes through and keep him up.
Equalizer just to get Faker away from the turrets. They just want to end this game.
That might just be the end of this one. You can see the first turret goes down. Huni pushing forward, trying to find something. Shockwave comes in, but only finds Score. He gets popped up by the bubble. Pawn going into the back line. We'll get his Guardian Angel pop, but he's just keeping the rest of SK Telecom busy while they shatter those Nexus turrets. Now Nexus is exposed. Smeb coming back in with the TP. A couple more shots on that Nexus, and I think they've done it. Here we go. Last few kills at the end as they kill Peanut. Nexus crumbles, and we're going to game